Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to today's flight report, which is also my first vlog. Tonight, I'm flying back to Hong Kong by Cathay Dragon flight KA891 in economy cabin. Unfortunately, I'm never rich enough to afford business class tickets. I have arrived at Shanghai Pudong International Airport, which is really my home airport. Every time I leave China, this is the place where I say goodbye to my family, especially Terminal 2, which is the main international departure terminal for non-SkyTeam members. Now let's head off to the check-in counters. Cathay Pacific check-in counters are located at aisle C. As a Marco Polo Club member, I get the chance to use the business class check-in desk, which makes the process much faster. I got my boarding pass and the lounge invitation after my visa being checked. Surprisingly, the ground staff also handed me a 100 yuan voucher as the lounge was fully packed. This is where I will enter the restricted area. Citizens of People's Republic of China holding electronic passport could use e-gates upon departure, but I still prefer using the conventional counters to get a physical stamp. It took me a while to pass immigration and security, despite in an off-peak period. This is because only fewer than one-third of the security lines were open. Now let's head off to the Cathay Pacific Lounge upstairs in the open platform. I was shocked when I entered the lounge. There were literally no space available, and people are standing everywhere. This is nowhere near what I expect for a Cathay Pacific lounge. As far as I know, Pudong and Beijing are the only two lounges left to be upgraded in the Cathay Pacific lounge network. After wandering around for a few minutes, I finally got a seat in the food bar area. There are some hot food selections, including steamed dim sum, dumpling soup, stir-fried dishes, and instant noodle. Since I wasn't really hungry, I just got myself a glass of Baileys. Soon it was time to leave for boarding. I was shocked by the boarding queue at the gate. Please remember, this is a business class priority boarding queue, which is exclusive to business class travelers, Marco Polo Club Silver Gold members, and other Oneworld Sapphire members. There is another separate queue for Marco Polo Club Diamond members and other Oneworld Emerald members. I bet the normal economy class boarding queue will actually be the shortest one. I noticed the aircraft changed from Airbus A321 when I checked in online to an Airbus A330-300. The aircraft today, BHLL, is in a two-cabin configuration with 42 business class seats and 265 coach seats. After checking my flight record, I realized I'd flown on this aircraft a year ago from Hangzhou to Hong Kong when it was still in the old Dragonair livery. Despite the repainting of its outfit, the interior stayed the same, i.e., the economy seats are actually hard shells. This type of seat doesn't recline back, but slides forward and narrows the legroom. I assigned myself seat 23K, a window seat of the second row in the front economy cabin. Just as we pushed back, the captain greeted all passengers from the flight deck and extended his special welcome to Marco Polo Club frequent flyers.
One or two fellow travellers, I think, to join us. Last the paperwork to tidy up, those should be on our way pretty much on schedule. Short taxi out for an ordinary runway climbing to around 40,000 feet. Flight time back to Hong Kong, just a touch over 2 hours. Generally smooth conditions forecast. Hong Kong itself also forecast. Before we get underway, the captain, of course, will be back. Thank you very much. Be grateful, please, if you would give me your full attention.
KA891 from our flight Hong Kong. This flight is operated for attention. Cathay Pacific, Marco Polo Club members, it is a pleasure to say again. My name is Gigi, your Inside Service Manager, Captain Bruce Baumgartner. First officer, Neil Kobab, will take us to Hong Kong in 2 hours. We look forward to making your journey pleasant and comfortable. Thank you. KA891 環嘅單航班前往香港，本航班由國泰航空。 嘅航班，我哋感受到多嘅馬會會嘅成員好高興喺國泰網絡航班上再次同你見面。外本航班嘅機艙行經理主持，機長 Captain Bruce Bamberger， 副機長 Mel Corbett， 預計飛行時間2小時。從剛才機長做嘅廣播，機長聽歡迎各位選乘國泰港龍航空 A330號空中巴士前往香港，航機馬上再開始啟程，沿途將會經過穩定嘅氣流，機長提醒大家在時間將安全帶扣好。據估香港天氣良好，地溫度攝氏27度。航機抵達香港之前再飛行廣播，我哋期待為你帶嚟一次舒適愉快嘅旅程。多謝。
As we taxi to the end of runway 34L, the in-flight service manager starts to greet loyal customers of Cathay Pacific Group sitting in economy cabin. Surprisingly, I was one of them.
My name is Boy. Hello, I'm very nice to meet you. Any questions, just ask now. Enjoy your flight. Hello, Mr. Lee. Hi, hello, I'm very nice to meet you. Any questions, just ask now. Enjoy your flight.
This privilege is supposed to be exclusive for Marco Polo Club Gold tier and above. I wasn't expecting that, as I'm only a silver member. Despite the robotic wording, a big sum up for Cathay Dragon, a really warm touch. Now let me shut up for a moment and let you enjoy the takeoff footage in complete darkness. The aircraft took an immediate U-turn after takeoff to head south, which offered me a great chance to capture the night scenery of the entire Shanghai city and the city of Ningbo from my side. The meal service started 20 minutes after takeoff. As usual, 2 choices were offered for the main course. I went for the Chinese one, stir-fried chicken with rice. To be honest, the dish had a plain taste, so I will only give it an average score. However, I have a Haagen-Dazs ice cream to finish off the meal. What a perfect ending. The aircraft followed the route M504 down the Chinese coast, which is located just off to the west side of the central line of the Taiwan Strait. This is quite a controversial route when it launched in 2015 due to the complicated cross-strait relations. On the other hand, it does offer an expressway and reduce the delays for flights from Shanghai Pudong to Hong Kong and also further down to Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and even Australian destinations such as Sydney. For a flight as short as 2 hours, it is almost time for descent when the meal trays are collected.
Shortly starting our descent in Hong Kong, air traffic permitting, touching down a 30 minute ahead of schedule. 30 minutes from now, 20 minutes past 9 local time. Wind from the north. 26 degrees the ground temperature. Trust you've enjoyed your short flight with Cathay Dragon this evening. Thanks for choosing to fly with us. I do hope we can get service to you again soon. Cabin crew, thanks.
As it is northerly wind tonight, we used runway 07 right for landing, which means I wouldn't get a nice view of the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau bridge during the final approach. What's even worse is that I'm sitting on the wrong side of the aircraft. Otherwise, I could capture some beautiful shots of the Victoria Harbour as we fly down the Kowloon Peninsula. Sorry for the autofocus of the landing video, but the captain did a really great job with his fully loaded Airbus A330. Unfortunately, my flight was allocated a remote stand so that I need to take a shuttle bus to re-enter the terminal. This is my first stand arrival in Hong Kong. However, it is not such kind of experience to look forward to anyway. JetBridge is far more convenient. Let me conclude my 99th flight here, and now I'm going to head through the transfer channel to catch my 100th flight with Cathay Pacific Airbus A350-900, the king of the sky, from Hong Kong to London Gatwick, as well as experiencing the high-quality lounge service at Hong Kong International Airport. What a milestone for Aviation Geek. Until I see you next time in the sky, travel safe and fly safe.